Going across to some news that's coming in from Goa currently. Bulldozer on Curlies, the demolition process of one of the most controversial places of Goa, but also a very popular shack. This is the Curlies shack. This is linked to the Sonali Phogat murder case most recently, is on the biggest drug probe that's been conducted recently. This one is being demolished after CM Sawant opens a drug-free Goa campaign, crackdown on drugs, and after arresting Goa's top 3 drug dealers 2 days ago, CM Sawant has ordered the drug den to be demolished with bulldozers. So this is on the orders of the CM, and it is a drug crackdown. Going across to Anshul Singh, who brings us more details. Anshul, is this now because of the coastal zone violations, or is it because of this drug crackdown? What is the reason for Curlies being raised?
So yes, the strong action that we are seeing against the Curlies can definitely be seen in the light of the Sonali Phogat fiasco that happened, because the Goa administration has been on the back foot, especially since the Sonali Phogat visuals came to the fore and how she was overdosed in Goa. They were on the back foot and they wanted to give out a clear message that the Goa administration and the Goa police will not tolerate any sort of drug peddling in this entire area. So yes, but this action that is being taken against the Curlies, the demolition that we are seeing on our screen right now, this is happening because of the older order in 2016. The Goa Green Development Zone in fact came out and ordered that the illegal construction of the Curlies should be demolished. After which the owner of Curlies and the mother of Edwin Nunes, who is the on-paper owner of Curlies, she knocked the doors of the High Court and the Supreme Court, from where she was actually told to knock the doors of NGT. And it was yesterday itself that the NGT rejected her plea, which meant that the order of the Goa Economic Development Zone, or the Green Development Zone, stands firm, and hence we are seeing today the demolition drive being taken place. And what is even more interesting, that the demolition drive is taking place at such a quick pace, because it was only yesterday late last evening when these orders came in, and this morning itself the Goa police team has reached over there along with other officials, and the demolition and the JCBs are working over there. However, if you talk about the entire Curlies restaurant and shack, they are also in the dock right now, and we can expect that their entire licenses being cancelled as well, because the Goa police has already started that process, and in the next few days we could see that the license of Curlies being also cancelled, and the infamous and notorious bar in North Goa could be shut for once and for all. So yes, times not very easy for Curlies as of now. They are under a lot of scrutiny as of now. The owner of Curlies just got a bail day before yesterday, after presenting a bail bond of ₹30,000, and he is not being allowed to leave from Goa as of now. So yes, the future does not seem very bright for Curlies, and this infamous bar and restaurant is going to come for a close down, because remember, Goa CM had already said that they have already shut down the shack in which the party happened in Overdose. So yes, the shack has yes, the restaurants were functioning, and we could expect in the next few days that the entire property of Curlies belonging to Edwin Nunes and his mother could come for a heavy shutdown now, Shilpa.
As you're mentioning, Lynette Nunes, who ran the restaurant with Edwin Nunes, had filed the appeal against the Goa Coastal Zone Management Authority's order before the National Green Tribunal. A complaint was filed on August 17, 2015. And the order to demolish came in this July, Anshul. But now we're finding out that it's because of the drug crackdown that finally it has been raised. There was an order given in July to demolish the property, to withdraw the license, to cut the electricity, and the village panchayat of Anjuna to withdraw its trade license as well. So trouble was already mounting for Curlies, but it's been host to a number of controversies as well. Sonali Phogat being the most recent one. Can you take us through all the controversies that have plagued this shack, which has also been much loved by many tourists and locals?
So yes, Curlies got its license to a permanent restaurant and shack in 2008 itself, and in 2008 only the first case of drug overdose was reported from Curlies. It came into the limelight then itself in its first year of existence when it got the permanent license. But before it, there were temporary shacks that were put out in the name of Curlies during tourist seasons. Temporary licenses were given to it, but yes, in 2008 it got its first permanent license, and that was the time when the first case of drug overdose came to the notice of Goa police. And then again in 2017, another case came up where again the same case of drug overdose came yet again from Curly. So yes, it was on the dock. And especially the Sonali Phogat case that came up definitely raised a lot of questions because the kind of personality that she was, and also a political personality. There was a massive pressure on the Goa administration to crack this case down and to take action against all the people who were actually involved in this. And so we saw the entire controversy being blown out of proportion, and the manner in which that the Goa police and administration were questioned, that raised a lot of question that if they were actually in cahoots with the owner of Curly, and whether actually the Goa police and the administration knew that drugs were being peddled and consumed inside that infamous shack. So keeping that in mind and keeping the reputation of the government in mind, we are seeing that such heavy action is already being taken against Curlies, because as soon as the NGT rejected the plea of Lena News, the very next day we are seeing that such a big action is being taken. So yes, the message is being loud and clear that the Goa administration would not tolerate any sort of discrepancies when it comes to peddling or consuming drugs on the land of Goa. So yes, to safeguard their reputation and to rebuild their reputation and Goa, to make that reputation that Goa is a safe place for tourists, we are seeing that such heavy-handed action is already being taken, and the next few days we could expect that the entire restaurant be shut for once and for all, Shilpa.
Yes, Anshul, the sun has set on Curly's there. Thank you very much for joining us.